let's transition to my favorite segment of the show this afternoon. I could not wait. I saved the best for last. You Dallas Cowboy fans, you don't think I forgot about you, do you? I did not forget about y'all. And I cannot wait to get on here and talk about my beloved Green Bay Packers. Yes, yep, y'all see the chain. I had to put the chain on. Y'all see it? I had to put the G on. Go, Pack, go. Woo! I could not wait to come on here and talk about this game as the Green Bay Packers beat the Dallas Cowboys 48-32 in Jerry World. Jordan Love was sensational. He went 16 of 21. He threw for 272 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. He wasn't alone, though. Aaron Jones, 21 carries, 118 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. Romeo Doubs for the Packers, 6 receptions, 151 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. Dak Prescott had a very disappointing performance, 41 of 60. He threw for 403 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The Packers, 48-32 win over the Cowboys, snapped a Cowboys 16-game home winning streak at AT&T Stadium. And the Packers in AT&T Stadium, they are now 6-0. So, my reaction as I watch the Packers dominate the Dallas Cowboys was the Green Bay Packers are real contenders in the NFC. Because I have to start off with the Packers. And the reason why I start off with the Packers is because I'm looking at all the shows yesterday. First Take, First Things First, Undisputed, Get Up. And everyone's talking about how bad the Dallas Cowboys played. And they're not talking about enough about how great this young Green Bay Packers football team played in Sunday afternoon's matchup in Dallas. I want to talk about Jordan Love, the quarterback for the Packers, and how great Jordan Love played. Let's look at Jordan Love's numbers in this game, shall we? Jordan Love against the Cowboys Sunday. Jordan Love, 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions. His passing yards per pass attempt was 13.0. He had 6 20-yard completions, and his passer rating was 157.2. That passer rating and those 6 20-yard completions and that 13 yards per pass attempt, that's the best by any quarterback this season against the Dallas Cowboys. And Jordan Love has been playing at an elite level, folks. And he's been the best quarterback in the NFL in the second half of the season. Yes, I said it, and I'm going to say it again. The best quarterback in the second half of the season has not been Lamar Jackson, has not been Josh Allen, has not been Patrick Mahomes. It has been Jordan Love. Let's look at Jordan Love's numbers. After the Packers bye week, the Packers, they had a bye week in week 6, right? So these are Jordan Love's numbers since the bye week. And I'm going to compare them to the numbers that he had before the bye week. Before the bye week, Jordan Love, 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. His passer rating was 77.3. He was completing only 56% of his passes. This is before the bye week, before week 6. After the bye week, Jordan Love, 27 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. His passer rating is 106.4. He's completed 68% of his passes since the bye week in week 6, folks. So in the second half of the season, Jordan Love has been the best quarterback in the NFL. And the thing is, we were talking about at one point during the season about whether or not the Packers should draft another quarterback in this year's draft. We were talking about, is Jordan Love going to be the franchise quarterback moving forward for the Packers after this season? I remember Matt LaFleur, he was extremely, extremely frustrated with Jordan Love. Brian Gutekunst, the general manager for the Packers, also said in a press conference that he doesn't even know if Jordan Love is the answer moving forward for the Packers at the quarterback position. And all Jordan Love has done, he has put on a tremendous, tremendous performance in the second half of the season. And he has played at an elite level. And this Packers offense, they have been playing at an elite level as well. The Packers, since week 11, they're 7-2. They're 4-1 on the road. They're averaging 28 points per game over that span. So we have found love in Green Bay, and we have hit a home run at the quarterback position yet again. From Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to now Jordan Love, the Packers have now a third franchise quarterback moving forward. And to me, when you have the quarterback right, it's easier to fill the rest of the roster. When you got the quarterback right, it's easy to fill the rest of the roster. You got to have the quarterback right. This is the main reason why I never have believed in the Pittsburgh Steelers being true contenders. The Steelers need a quarterback. You can't be a true contender if you don't have a quarterback. And we got a dog in Jordan Love for future seasons to come. And Jordan Love may not be as great as Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, but the one thing Jordan Love can be better than Aaron Rodgers was while he was the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, he can be clutch when it matters the most in the postseason. And I'm watching this game, and remember, Dak Prescott, he's been in the NFL for multiple years as a starting quarterback. And if you never watched football in your life and you watched the Packers-Cowboys game, you would have said, oh, Jordan Love is significantly better than Dak Prescott. He's way better than Dak. And it looked like Jordan Love was the experienced veteran quarterback, and Dak Prescott was the quarterback who was starting in his first playoff start. Jordan Love was calm, cool, and collect. He was cool. And that's one thing I'm looking forward to moving forward, because as great as Aaron Rodgers was, Aaron Rodgers in the postseason, he had 11 postseason wins, but there were many times in the playoffs, especially in the last 3 years, where Aaron Rodgers, he had disappointing performances. And so I thought Jordan Love's playoff performance against the Cowboys in his first start in the playoffs, that was the best performance from a Packers quarterback we've seen in the last 7 years. That's how great Jordan Love was playing. But he wasn't alone. Aaron Jones was balling as well in this game. 18 carries, 118 rushing yards. And for whatever reason, Aaron Jones loves playing against the Dallas Cowboys. This is Aaron Jones' regular season in the playoffs. Against the Cowboys, he averages 122 yards per game rushing. Against other teams, 59 rushing yards per game. Each carry, he averages 6 yards per carry. Against other teams, 5 yards per carry. Against the Cowboys, he averages 2.3 touchdowns per game. Against other teams, 0.4 touchdowns per game. He has 9 rushing touchdowns in 4 games against the Cowboys. It seemed like every time Aaron Jones got the football, he had at least 7, 8 yards per carry. let me get the exact number for how many, because Aaron Jones was balling. He averaged 5.6 yards per carry. That Cowboys defense didn't have an answer for Aaron Jones. He was balling. I thought Romeo Doubs was balling as well. And I've been telling everybody, the Packers' young receiving core, they have great, and I do mean great talent at the skill positions. At receiver, you got Christian Watson. And Christian Watson hasn't played since the matchup against the Chiefs in Week 13. And they got other receivers in this Packers offense who have stepped up. You got Romeo Doubs, 6 receptions, over 150 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. You got Dontavius Wicks, who also had a touchdown reception in this matchup against the Cowboys as well. And also, you got Jayden Reed. Jayden Reed has had a great season. He didn't even have a catch in this game. So at receiver, you got Christian Watson. You got Romeo Doubs. You got Jayden Reed. You got Dontavius Wicks. Okay? You got Bo Melton. You got Heath as well at the receiver position. And at tight end, you got Tucker Kraft. You got Luke Musgrave. I believe the Green Bay Packers, as far as youth and development at the skill position players, there's no one in the NFL who has what the Packers have in their skill positions when it comes to youth and talent. The Packers got the youth and the talent at tight end and at receiver moving forward. They're the best in the NFL at that. So I can't say enough about the job that Jordan Love, Aaron Jones, Romeo Doubs, about how great they performed against the Cowboys. Not only were they great, Matt LaFleur was great as well. Matt LaFleur coached circles around Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn, the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. And so that's where I want to go next with it. Let's talk about the Cowboys real quick before we get out of here. It's 3 people that deserve blame for this Dallas Cowboys collapse in the first round against the Packers. Dak Prescott, Mike McCarthy, and Dan Quinn. Let's start off with Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott had a pick 6 in this matchup where Darnell Savage read Dak Prescott, and it was clear Prescott was throwing the football to CeeDee Lamb. And Savage read it, caught it, took it back the other way. Pick 6, game over. At that point, it was 27-0. Remember, even at the end of the first quarter, Jair Alexander had the great interception, playing on that bum ankle, had a tremendous interception over the middle. Just took the football away from Brandon Cooks. And so Dak Prescott, here we are again in the postseason where Dak Prescott has came up small yet again. Let's look at Dak Prescott's numbers in the regular season compared to what he's done in the postseason. In the regular season, Dak Prescott, he's 73-41. He has 202 passing touchdowns, 74 interceptions. So he's great in the regular season. Here is where he falls off. In the playoffs, he's 2-5, and he has 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions in the postseason. And in the playoffs, Dak Prescott has struggled to beat the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. And so if you're Jerry Jones, you have to ask yourself, is Dak Prescott the quarterback that can win me another Super Bowl moving forward? And I believe that answer is no. Now, Jerry Jones may tell himself or convince himself that Dak Prescott can win him a Super Bowl, but I don't believe Dak Prescott can win a Super Bowl as a franchise quarterback. I don't. I feel like Dak Prescott, we have seen this movie before. Time and time again, Dak Prescott has came up small when it matters the most. I tell Cowboy fans every single year, as great as the Cowboys play in the playoffs and as great as Dak Prescott plays, it will not matter in January. He can play well in September and in October and November and December, but when the lights are at its brightest in January, Dak Prescott folds. He folded Sunday, and when the Packers, and I knew it, I said if we get a lead in this game, It's going to be a lot of pressure on Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, and I guarantee in my Charles Barkley voice, they will fold. And it happened again. The only reason why they got that one touchdown in the first half was because the officials missed a false start. It should have been 27-0 in the first half. But the Cowboys will never win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott as their franchise quarterback. And if I'm Jerry Jones, I am not going to pay Dak Prescott elite quarterback money because Dak Prescott is not Lamar Jackson. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not Josh Allen. He's not Joe Burrow. In the playoffs, Dak Prescott is Andy Dalton. He's Andy Dalton. We remember years where Andy Dalton would get the Bengals to the playoffs, but in the playoffs, Andy Dalton would lose to Matt Schaub. He would lose to Matt Schaub in the Houston Texans. And he had other playoff losses as well in the first round. Dak Prescott chokes time and time again. Now let me get to Mike McCarthy. I got a lot of respect for Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy has had 3 12-win seasons while he's been the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. But if the Dallas Cowboys want to be true contenders for a Super Bowl moving forward, because of the options that are available, you got to move on from Mike McCarthy and go out and try and hire a Bill Belichick